Okay, this is the professor, and we're here to talk about income disparity. This is lesson number 1, and there's a sense by people that income disparity is increasing, and income disparity just means that there is a gap between the rich and the poor, the upper income, middle income, and lower income. And so there's basically 3 groupings of income. There's the upper income, there's the middle income, and then the lower. And in this country, we've had a large middle income, and that's made our country very stable. And so if I draw a little bar graph here and show the upper income and is fairly small, and this is the 1% that everybody's talking about. If you take the upper 5%, that's probably that grouping. And then there's a large middle, so this is the upper, it's the middle, and this is the lower income, or what we term the poor. And this makes our country very stable, and that's because the middle income have the resources, they have the time to be able to go out and devote to political causes and to fight back against the upper income. And so what you have in other societies, other countries, other economic systems is you have something very similar in the upper income. You have a small group of upper income people that control the economy. And you look at any of the countries that used to be in South America. You had what's called the oligarchy, where you have several families that will run things, or you can have the Communist Party, and or you could have dictatorships where the family or those are connected to the upper, like Saddam Hussein, who may have had his Ba'ath Party, and the upper levels of his family were the ones who were in the upper income. And then you have a smaller middle income and a large, and there's instability here because there's a chance of revolution when this happens, and because there's a lot of lower income people, and they eventually revolt against the upper income. And so the other thing we want to talk about is why is income disparity increasing in the United States? And so anytime you run a business or you've accumulated wealth, you want to protect that, so you become defensive, and you want to protect what you've got. And so there's a natural tendency for businesses and wealthy individuals to want a monopoly. They want to crush the competition so nobody can come up and compete against them. So what the upper income, and I'm terming that individuals, but also it's corporations, they go to the government and seek special favors that'll put obstacles in the way of other companies or the people competing with them. And so they go to government and they provide campaign finances, money to the government politicians that need that to run their campaigns, because they're seeking power. They want to hold on to their power. And the upper income wants to hold on to their money. And with money comes power. So they give money to the government, and in return, the government gives back favorable taxes. They give back, let them write the regulations or regulations that favor them. Okay, so these are 2 of the ways that big business can get bigger. They start having a monopoly, and they start squashing the entrepreneurs that are coming up. So what you have is, in the middle class and the lower class, you have entrepreneurs that are trying to succeed in creating a product or service, but they're being thwarted by the upper income and government together, making it hard on them. Regulations hurt small businesses more than it does large businesses. Large business can absorb the additional cost, but small business can't. And so that's what crushes the small business. So what we want to get away from this, and we'll have more solutions later, is instead of supporting the upper income or big business, we should be supporting the middle and the lower income and small business. And the reason is because small business provides more competition, which we'll talk about later, but competition is what protects the consumer. Okay? Big business is a monopoly. And what does a monopoly do? Monopoly doesn't have to serve its customers. It can do what it wants. It can ignore the customer because the customer has to go to the monopoly for product or service. And so small business is where competition is, the diffusion of power across many different companies. If a small business doesn't provide a good service or product to you, you can go somewhere else. But if there's a monopoly across the whole nation for one product, then that's all you have to go to. That's actually called slavery. You're enslaved by this monopoly. So that's our first lesson on income disparity. Look at lesson number 2. I'm not sure how many there's going to be, but stay positive, stay focused. There's a lot of good about this country, and I'm going to teach you, and hopefully you can see if what I'm saying is true by your own research. Thank you very much.